Good evening, and let's start with, of course, we are going to do the NCTech question today. But before we do the NCTech question, there are two professional skills that we need to be aware of. One is skepticism, and the other one is commercial acumen. Skepticism is basically your ability to constantly question the validity of the data that is given to you. ये सबसे पहला step है. So whenever the question says that this is going to test you on skepticism, you know that the data that is given to you, you will have to see. We are not saying that the data is wrong. What they are expecting from you is that the data could be right or could be wrong, but do you have the ability to ask the right counter questions? Are you accepting the data at its face value? Are you accepting their conclusions at the face value? Or are you doing any kind of analysis which questions the validity of the numbers given? Okay. So let's start with that. Okay. And guys, I'll give you time for asking questions. Don't worry.
As in the real world, during your exam, you'll
One
face a
second.
substantial amount of information in
Just one
various
moment, guys.
forms.
Give me one moment. The video that I was talking about. Just let me know if you can see it. Huh?
As in the real world, during your exam, you'll face a substantial amount of information in various forms. Can you be sure that the information is correct, truthful, or complete? You can't. That's why you need to be skeptical. Skepticism is crucial in the world of accountancy and is one of the key professional skills on which you'll be tested. To demonstrate effective skepticism, you should show a combination of probing, questioning, and challenging. In your exam, you may be required to review and comment on information given by a finance director at a monthly board meeting. Don't simply accept everything that the finance director has said. Is there evidence that supports or conflicts with the views of the finance director? If the board meeting minutes claimed that the audited annual accounts show an increased profit of 52% to 120 million due to a cost control initiative led by the finance director, what would be the most appropriate of these three elements to challenge? Well, the audited accounts have been reviewed by an independent third party, which provides sound evidence of the validity of the numbers. Therefore, it would be the reason given by the finance director for the profit growth that would be the most appropriate element to challenge within your answer. Moving on, how would you then question the finance director's reasoning? Would you accuse the finance director of bias and demand evidence to back up their claim? Clearly not. However, it would be appropriate to request further details from the finance director that support his explanation within your answer. This would be an acceptable example of professional behavior. Professional accountants should be able to challenge views given at all levels within the business. Remember, we don't assume that everything is wrong or that everyone is lying to us, but also don't take everything at face value. In your exam, when you're required to demonstrate skepticism, ask yourself three questions. Is there sufficient evidence to support the claims being made? If not, what further evidence is needed to verify or challenge those claims? When you challenge, have you done so in a professional and courteous way?
So, what exactly is skepticism? Skepticism is basically the ability to question the data given to you, the correctness of the data, the validity of the assumptions that have been made, and of course, putting across the message in a clear and, as they said, clear, courteous, and professional manner. Okay. So that is one part of it. And see, as they correctly pointed out, not everything is wrong. Not every data point is incorrect, but whenever the question says that the skill that we are going to test is skepticism, uh, we should focus on what kind of language we are using and what assumptions are we questioning. आज जो हम क्वेश्चन करने वाले हैं एनसी टेक, ऑफ कोर्स इट वोंट बी completed today. It will be done between today and Friday. So in this particular question, we'll be focusing our energies, of course, on the answer, but more so on the professional skills. Communication is not such a big problem in my opinion, because it's relatively easy. Format bata do, and all of that helps you get the marks in place. But when it comes to analysis, evaluation, तो marks कहाँ पे मिलेगा and all of that, we'll focus. ठीक है. Let's see commercial acumen एक बार.
A professional accountant must possess a range of professional skills, and you must demonstrate these in your exam. These skills include commercial acumen, which basically means you should make commercially sound decisions when resolving issues and exploiting opportunities. As part of this, you must show awareness of the external environment in which an organization operates. To show commercial acumen, you should demonstrate a combination of business awareness, effective judgment, and insight. In your exam, you may be asked to make recommendations to an audit committee of safeguards that could be implemented to reduce fraud levels at a rail company. To demonstrate commercial acumen, you must give a variety of recommendations that deal with the issue in different ways. Then, focusing on the individual recommendations themselves, consider these two alternatives to manage the risk that customers travel without paying for their journey. Firstly, the rail company could install ticket barriers at all major stations, or alternatively, the company could recruit a large number of ticket inspectors that will check every passenger's ticket. Which recommendation shows the best commercial acumen? Well, the ongoing staffing cost and potential delays and disruption caused by manual checking of tickets mean that this is probably not a practical long-term solution. Installation of ticket barriers is the better option. Finally, for this example, in order to maximize your professional skills mark, ensure you justify your recommendations demonstrating insight where possible. So, when recommending installation of ticket barriers, you could suggest that this would be subject to a cost-benefit analysis, which would include the time saving of automated barriers compared to manual ticket checking. Demonstrating commercial acumen is something that you will do as you answer the detailed requirements and will not be a separate section in your answer. To maximize your commercial acumen marks, consider the following 3 points. Focus on a variety of matters which will be affected by the issue in the question. Focus on relevant areas only, otherwise it will waste time and make you appear unprofessional. Finally, make sure any recommendations are feasible and always try to consider people as well as numbers. It's people that achieve the numbers.
So, what can you tell me about? See, you watched a 3-minute video right now on commercial acumen. What is your understanding of commercial acumen, and what exactly do you think should you be on the lookout for if the question says that the question has been framed to judge commercial acumen skills? क्या चेक करेंगे आप, ये आपको बताना है. कैन यू टेल मी?
Awareness of the external environment.
Awareness of the external environment. Okay. Then,
Sir, industry
We
intelligence.
mm-hmm. Okay. What else? Commercial acumen, does that mean you have to be business smart? You have to understand what is more profitable, or what is least problematic given the current set of circumstances. I think that is what you have to check when it comes to commercial acumen. Does that make sense from a business standpoint? Okay. So today, not today, today and Friday, when we look at these questions where the commercial acumen skill is being tested, we will एक एक करके we'll try to understand कि writing which words or putting across which statement is going to help you fetch the marks. Now, today I want us to look at the pre-scene material and the exhibits. Okay. I hope all of you have the kit with you. I'll tell you what I want us to do today. ये आपका NCTech का information है. I'm going to make small groups of people. This is not like a college activity, so don't worry. I want specific people to focus on specific aspects in the pre-scene material. Okay. So let's see what all is given to us in the pre-scene. Company information bhi hai, and then there is industry overview also. ठीक है. So first of all, let's try to understand कि अपने को दिया क्या है, and then I'll tell you what all I want each individuals to focus on. First of all, they have given you cloud service industry information. ठीक है. Cloud service models, infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Then cloud service delivery, public cloud, private cloud, hybrid cloud, benefits to clients, cloud service industry, challenges and developments in Farland. Cloud service innovation, business intelligence, new this thing they have given. Then operational and financial key performance indicators, those are given to you. After that, you have company background. ठीक है. Size of the company and how it operates, ownership detail दिया है. Then they have given you vision, mission and corporate values. Then they have given you the board structure of NCTech. Then they have given you the risk register. Then current strategic position, strengths, weaknesses, and then they have given you the performance dashboard. ठीक है. अब a couple of analysis points that I want each one of you to do right now before we actually get down to the exhibits part. ठीक है. Exhibits वाला part तो of course we have to get to that. We'll understand उसको deal कैसे करना है. But there is some information given to you about the board. There is some information given to you about different aspects. So first of all, I want one set of students to focus on getting the risk register in place. आपको risk register बनाना है इसमें. ठीक है. You know the format for risk register. That is the first activity that I want a set of students to do. Second activity that I want is just look at the data and do a competitor analysis, basically positioning yourself in the market. Then we have some information given to us about the board of directors. ठीक है. तो let me just make groups of students, or I just want that set of students to focus on one particular analysis. पूरा हर कोई मत करो. ठीक है. I'll give you a good 10 minutes to do that. Okay. So, चलो, let's start. ठीक है. This is the data and who all are with me. Uh, Akshay, Anjali, Bhavika, and Bhumika, four of you. Individually, this is not a group activity, but for the four of you, I want you to make a summary of the different cloud service models. ठीक है. So you have to put together in one place what happens in each of the models. कि सॉफ्टवेयर एज अ सर्विस में क्या होता है, प्लेटफॉर्म एज अ सर्विस में क्या होता है, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर एज अ सर्विस में क्या होता है. ठीक है. अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द offering in that particular industry. यहाँ तक you have to do till this particular point. Then Daksh, Harshil, Janvi and Jyoti, the four of you, I want you to focus on the different types of cloud. Don't go beyond the pre-scene. You don't need information or technical information about the industry. You don't have to do that. Okay, just analyze and put together what is public cloud, what is private cloud, what is hybrid cloud in your words. Because this is pre-scene, you can refer to a couple of external sources. आपको Google करना है, Chat GPT करना है, I don't mind. ठीक है, I want you to put this together in understandable terms. Okay, now after that, Kavya, दोनों Kavya, Kumud and Mehak. For the four of you, I want you to get the benefits and challenges in one place. When you look at challenges, uh, I want you to summarize and can you identify certain risks that the company might face because of the challenges that have been described here? ठीक है, this is the job for Kavya, Kumud and Mehak. ठीक है, put this information together. Now, Navya, Pinky, and Prachi. For the three of you, you have some cloud service information which is with respect to technological development. Again, ये pre-seen information है, which means you will have this information before going into the paper. I want you to analyze 1, 2, 3, and 4. ठीक है? Analyze 1, 2, 3, and 4 in simple terms and explain it to me. Okay? हर एक को I'll ask you to explain one point. Now, Prachi, Rahul, and real me is Adarsh, I think. For you, operational and financial key performance indicators that are given here, ठीक है, ये दिया है आपको. You have to use those indicators and you have to compare the performance dashboard. Company has been able to achieve the indicators or not. ठीक है, that is what you have to check. KPIs दिया है in industry overview. Graph दिया है in company overview. Compare करो दोनों को and see whether company is able to achieve those key performance indicators or not. ठीक है, उसके बाद we have Rishika, then Safan and Sai. For the three of you, I want कि you summarize the background about the company, the ownership structure. मतलब check करो, is it like founder driven business है कि कैसा किस type का business है, are there groups of shareholders who have like a significant stronghold, वो सब आपको करना है. ठीक है, then Sakshi, Shantanu and Shreya, vision mission corporate values यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक write it down and see whether आपको पूरा प्री सीन देखना है एंड यू हैव टू चेक वेदर दीज आर बीइंग अचीव्ड और नॉट. ठीक है, ये आपका काम है. देन स्नेहा एंड जैनब, यू हैव टू लुक एट द बोर्ड स्ट्रक्चर. ठीक है, देर इज अ सीईओ, देर आर 5 people reporting, देर आर 4 सब कमिटीज दैट आर गिवन टू यू. आई वॉन्ट यू टू गो बैक टू स्टडी हब, जहां पे भी वेर एवर यू वॉन्ट टू गो. ठीक है, go to the study hub and make a note of what is the job of each of the committees. ठीक है, I want you to read up about that so that if I ask you, you should be able to tell me. Okay, then the last activity is preparation of risk register and current strategic position. So whosoever wants to take up this additional activity ki yaar, preparation of risk register, that is again very important, so we have to work on that. And current strategic position, चलो ये बाद में मैं करा लूंगा आपसे. ठीक है, the other points also I will discuss, but this part I want you to go through. Has everyone understood their individual allocations, what I want you to do? ठीक है, I am deliberately not forcing upon Porter's 5 forces or anything because I just want you to stick to the data that is given. ठीक है, so it's 644. ठीक है, you are not analyzing the full pre-scene, you are analyzing one area of the pre-scene. I am giving you 15 minutes. Put the points together, preferably write it down in one place. ठीक है, write it down and then send on the group. ठीक है, so each one knows their allocation. I'm giving you 15 minutes. Spend time on the data. ठीक है, and whatever has been allocated, to the best extent possible. And remember, this is pre-seen, which means you have this information today before going into the exam hall. Okay, start analyzing the pre-seen, then we'll discuss it together. ठीक है, करो start. Are we done? All of us?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Start. Chalo. Don't pressure mat lo. There's a reason I put you on the spot today. I want you to get rid of the fear that you have in your mind about SBL. And that will only happen when you put yourself through enough number of questions. When I put you on the spot and ask you, you will be forced to apply your mind. है ना? Get uncomfortable on 19th November instead of getting uncomfortable on 2nd of December. ठीक है? So the first set, I am going to be the audience. I am going to be the spectator. You have to guide me. ठीक है? The first four set of students, and that was Akshay, Anjali, Bhavika, and Bhumika. What were the four of you supposed to look at?
The cloud softwares, the three of the ones that the company is providing.
Okay, cloud software. Now, Bhumika, what can you tell me about infrastructure as a service?
So infrastructure as a service was the software that is the basic software. And over here, the clients can install and add their own operating systems plus their own software applications. And along with that, what companies provide is just a second, sir. So the company is providing the basic cloud infrastructure, the servers, and the networking resources, along with that data storage. So it is something that the company can basically use their own applications, use their own operating system, but they will be using NCTech's infrastructure. And it is the cheapest one.
Okay, fair enough. Did you look at Google कुछ किया कि you just use this information to tell me whatever you
These
thought?
these words.
Okay, next one. We have infrastructure as a service. Akshay, can you explain what is platform as a service? Can you explain what is platform as a service in your words? You are going to write a paper based on this. Akshay? Chalo, Anjali, can you tell me?
Yes, sir. Platform as a service, it includes all the services provided by infrastructure. In addition to that, it also includes communication software, which helps clients to connect with the provider system. And it also provides operating system. It is the costing is quite high than infrastructure, and here in this case, clients have to manage their own applications. It is not provided by the provider.
Okay. And you get it from. Okay, fair enough. Bhavika, can you tell us what is software as a service?
Yes, good evening. So basically, all the services provided depends upon the kind of service they are providing. The fees is charged in proportion to that. So the software as a service is the most expensive one since it provides a premium range of services. Um, the software applications are centrally hosted on the provider of the cloud service, and it works as if it was installed on the client's own system. So we don't need to access through it the operating provider's operating system. And it provides all the services as compared to the previous softwares. Hence, it's a more premium and expensive service.
Hence, it's the most expensive. So if I were to ask you, see, they have given you a table, by the way, है ना? But if I were to ask you, कि यार, can you make a comparative table? Then I think with the information that you have given me, I think you will be able to make a comparative table, right? Okay. Now, the next set of students, which was Daksh, Harshil, Janvi, and Jyoti, आपको मैंने क्या बोला था? Cloud
To
service.
cloud service deliveries. Cloud service. Yes.
So there are three things here: public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Harshil, can you tell me what is public cloud? Explain it to me in simple terms. ठीक है?
Yes, sir. I can explain. The simplest we can start as given here, that is for the any individual or any organization can use it. That is pay as per the use basis. And for example, if we go, that would be like YouTube. That we create a channel, we upload our videos there on the cloud. We use it as a public account. Anyone can access that video, watch that video.
Hmm.
And if the service provider, that is the YouTube, if finds any content uh, not good or anything like that, they can block that content as per their convenience, like that way.
Okay. Okay. Good. जानवी, आप मुझे
Yes,
नेक्स्ट
sir.
वाला एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, प्राइवेट क्लाउड क्या होता है?
Sir, private cloud is basically for specific business clients. It is client specific, so can be customized also according to the needs and requirements of the clients. So it is comparatively expensive also than the public cloud, as it is customized according to the needs of their clients, and it is basically required for large business demanding for complex computer operations and processing capabilities.
Okay. So anything else that you would want to add some comparison?
Sir, public cloud is basically managed by third-party provider, and private cloud is for specific business clients, and it can either be managed at the client's location or through the third-party hosted sites also.
Okay. Fair
Yes,
enough.
sir, that's it.
ज्योति, थर्ड वाला बताइए.
So hybrid cloud is mix of public plus private cloud. Here, a sensitive data stay private, but which is the data which is not sensitive, works through the public cloud. Uh, there are companies that want flexible, something secure, something affordable, which they can use hybrid cloud because it is cheaper than uh, private cloud, but expensive towards public cloud.
Okay. Fair enough. So public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. Hybrid cloud, combination of both. Public cloud offers required technological infrastructure and services over the cloud to any organization or individual on a pay as you use basis. The public cloud does not target particular clients. It is hosted from the cloud service providers facilities. ठीक है. Private cloud provides computing infra for exclusive use of specific businesses. So private cloud, you could think of something like a टैली क्लाउड आता है ना आजकल. टैली, that is the accounting software hosted on the cloud, something like that. And public cloud, which is pay as you use, it's hosted on the public website. Pay a small subscription fee and use that. Private cloud is specifically downloaded on your system, and hybrid cloud is a combination of both. ये किसको बताना था? Benefits and challenges. Who was supposed to talk about these?
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, so the first benefit is it's easily adaptable.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then, data sharing is made easy. So basically, networking also happens through different locations.
Okay.
And it saves space and money as well, since you don't have any hardware required to store data.
Okay.
And for the challenges, infrastructure, so you need good internet connections.
Fair enough.
And then there's risk of hacking, security vulnerabilities, their data loss.
Okay.
And then you have the compliance, like there's a regulatory demand which is evolving and it can be expensive to follow, each and every one of them.
Understood.
And then we have staff training and development as well. They've clearly mentioned that staff is in short supply, so it'll be expensive to employ them and to give proper training and ensure that they have the proper qualifications as well.
Understood. Wait, now someone else.
Sir, can I?
Go ahead.
So for the benefits, it's easily scalable. It's reducing our cost. It improves the technology infrastructure of a client as well. Easily accessible, can be used on any mobile apps and all, from any location. It also improves the quality of services by reducing the threat of any data integrity or anything. There's no requirement for, of course, the accommodation of the hardware as the cloud service provider manages it. And for the challenges, the cloud service sector is growing very rapidly. So it's considering that there's a dynamic risk of the market. So there is going to be a threat of new competitors who can enter this market. And this means that, and the second point says, for there's a price sensitivity. And because we know that the market is dynamic, so there's a strategic risk as well. So you don't want to lag behind your competitors. Then third point, of course, there's more global competitors also coming, and we know that they have better IT services and advanced technology. So they might not, this might reduce the influence of smaller farmland companies. And for fourth point, a high internet speed needs to be there, but for farmland, that's still, they're trying to keep the pace with it. For fifth point, there is a risk of data losses and hacking, which includes that legal penalties can be there, a loss of trust of your customers can be there. And for the last point, there's going to be a high training cost, shortage of skilled workforce, and costly employment as well. So that's the risks.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Yes, please go ahead.
So for disadvantages, since the industry is becoming highly competitive, there'll be higher expectations from the customers, which will start becoming difficult and costly for the companies to fulfill. And then since global competition is emerging, so there could be that only two three main bigger companies take up the whole market, and then it becomes difficult for the smaller ones to survive in the competition. Yeah, I think that's all.
Fair. Anyone who wants to add anything from the set of students who were doing this? चैलेंज इसमें कुछ और ऐड करना है? Can you visualize some bigger risks for the company on the basis of this? Shreya, I know this was not allocated to you, but can you think of something?
Sir, can I add something?
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, can we take it as there could be regulatory risk also?
Okay. Then elaborate, please. Fair point, but elaborate.
Yes, sir, because there are government rules and regulations that are changing. That's mentioned in the question further. So we can add that regulatory compliances as a changing environment to keep up with the regulatory compliances would be difficult.
Okay.
So strategic risk.
Okay. Add, please.
So, as in, because we know that the competition is really high, not only from the internal but from the global competitors as well. So there is and considering that there's price sensitivity also in our customers. So and the dynamic nature of this market itself. So there's a strategic risk of lagging behind. That if we do not come up with better technology or a differentiating product, it might just we might lag behind.
Okay.
This whole business is on internet. Like we can use the internet. If someday internet is not working, so that would be a risk for the company. Clients would not be able to access their data.
Okay. As in a system outage, basically, right?
And sir, within that, like it's not actually uh, stated that the company might be able to cope up with the increasing demand for the internet services.
Okay. Cool. Decent. So आंसर आज तो मैंने कुछ भी नहीं बोला है. आई एम लिटरली सेइंग नथिंग. यू आर आंसरिंग एवरीथिंग. ओके. लेट्स सी इसका करना क्या है, कैसे है, वो देखते हैं. ठीक है. बट स्टेप बाय स्टेप वी नाउ नो वन थिंग फॉर श्योर कि प्री सीन का कितना इंपॉर्टेंस है अपने एग्जाम में भी अपने को पता है ना. बट दैट analytical skill is what we need to really get in place. Who was supposed to talk about the cloud service innovation part? बताइए. Yes, Navya, please go ahead.
Yes, sir. This extract actually talks about that there can be many innovations which can be added along with the cloud services which are offered by NCTech. There are four major technological innovations they have pointed out in this extract, which is business intelligence, quantum computing, AI, and ML. Starting with business intelligence, it is one of the most basic technological innovation founded by NCTech, which actually provides us with collection, storage, and processing of data for customers for more meaningful analysis and analysis driven decisions. And it is a high growth market, and it also increases first mover advantage for NCTech and also stands as a differentiator in the cloud market.
Okay, cool. Pinky, anything you want to add?
Yes, actually the four businesses actually they are providing for the innovation. One is BIAC, only that will be included in the software cloud with other benefits, and other we need to be subscribed for it. It's they depend on the client's requirement. The quantum computing is like performing complex data efficiently than a computer. It will include in the cloud, which effectively increase capability and performance. This could be UPS, unique selling for the this cloud servicing. Artificial intelligence that they are providing software. It's letting can act like a human. It's not adding anything new, but the benefit for this it will be the cheaper at lower cost. And machine learning, it is more sophisticated, uh, advanced version of the artificial intelligence, which so more accurate forecast result and outcome will be a game changer for the client that cannot handle complex technology. It could include voice recognition and virtual assistant, like we get in the Googles for virtuals and voice assistant, everything.
Cool. Fair enough. Decent points. Who else was also added in the analysis of this information? और किसको इसमें ऐड किया था? और किसको बोला था?
I was also added, sir.
Could you add something?
So in the quantum computing, there's a super fast processing for complex tasks. So if available on cloud, it becomes a big advantage because no client can afford it on their own.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. Excuse me.
And in the business intelligence, uh, which helps companies turn raw data into useful insights. Putting it on cloud makes it easy and cheaper for clients to use it.
Okay. Cool. So now are we getting an idea ki how to analyze this information? What are the data points that you should be looking at? What should be your thought process? See, when you have that actual situation playing out, make sure कि you are looking at it from all the aspects. ठीक है, आप सारे एस्पेक्ट से उसको देखने का कोशिश करो एंड देन सी इज इट आर यू एबल टू ब्रिंग इन योर ओन पर्सपेक्टिव. ठीक है, बट वो जो एक डेटा सेट में जो आपको वॉट एवर आउटलाइन दे हैव ड्रॉन फॉर यू, यू हैव टू स्टे सीडेड इन दैट वन. उसके बाहर आपको नहीं जाना है. सो टुमारो व्हेन वी सिट फॉर द प्री सीन एनालिसिस यू विल अंडरस्टैंड कि यार एग्जैक्टली व्हाट इज सपोज टू बी डन, हाउ आर यू सपोज टू डू इट. You will understand all of that. Just make sure कि under no circumstance do you start adding your own तड़का and flavor to the data in front of you. वो एक चीज बस आपको ensure करना है. ठीक है. Now, one moment.